Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey guys, welcome back. This is Heather Hope with the Inspired Entrepreneur podcast. Welcome back to the show. Let's see what today is. Today is January 7th, first full week of the year. It's amazing. It's a lot of things have been going on in my life. How about yours? Okay, so today's message is a little bit longer than the rest. Well, I don't know how long we're going to be here, but it's a longer message. Let me know if you have the book. So it's the Inspired Entrepreneur. It's on Amazon, and yeah, let me know if you got your copy yet. Okay, so let's jump into it. I teach the law of attraction for business. I've done a lot of things with the law of attraction. I've attracted my husband, who's amazing. I've attracted, houses, money, business, you name it. Like, of course, we attract everything, right? I mean, obviously, like we attract everything, but I have purposely manifested the things that I really wanted or desired. And I keep desiring more, which is a lot of fun. Still focusing on, appreciation every day. I have, a bunch of things that I do. Now, one of the things I do is the 3 things in the morning, or well, not always in the morning. It could be in the afternoon too, but it goes along with my 30 days to manifest your success journal. So I meditate, visualize, and I write nearly every day. And okay, let's jump into today's message because it's a little lengthy. The more I talk about how I want to see my business go, the more my business goes that way. It's just really cool to see it in action. Every time I talk about someone signing up to work with me, they sign up to work with me. It happens easily when I'm talking about it without resistance. It's just a passing thought. Be free about it. Okay, I kind of remember writing this. This was probably last year or the year before. But I did this all the time when I was really active on Facebook and had a lot of people following me and messaging me, or not messaging me so much, but leaving comments on my posts. And really, what I would notice is I would notice certain people come closer and closer to me on Facebook, meaning like they're liking every post, they're commenting on my posts, and then usually by the time they friend request me, they're like on that edge. They want to work with me. It's really funny. And I would sit here and I would just watch it play out. So, and all I would do, I had this rule. I had a bunch of rules in my business when I was a coach. One of the rules was I don't message people. I don't message them. Well, I don't anymore. I mean, I don't at all. I haven't. I don't message people. Now I've been in MLMs in the past. I've been in network marketing in the past without any success at all. I don't care to do those ever again. But the thing is, like, message people, message 10 people, message 100 people. I don't know. It's just insane, right? So I don't like to be messaged. And I rarely ever am. I've been wanting to say this for a while. I just deleted my Facebook app off my phone the other day, and TikTok and all that. My Messenger, I don't check my Messenger very often. Now, my husband and I talk on Messenger, and it's usually left with just on him. And I just don't, I've been so staying to myself the last few weeks that I've been in this bubble that I love. I love my bubble. And I haven't been talking to many people at all for the past probably a month now, or at least 2 or 3 weeks. So if you're one of the people that may have messaged me in the past 3 weeks and I haven't gotten back to you, it's just me staying in my bubble, just really, really focusing on my vibration, being happy, not getting involved with things, not talking about subjects anymore that just don't go anywhere positive. Um, so, but anyway, so one of my rules is that I don't message people for business. Like I just don't. I don't ask for business. I don't do this whole relationship building thing. I just know through the law of attraction that I knew that my clients are out there. They will find me. I will post when I feel inspired to post, which for the longest time was constant, like up to 10 times a day I would post just because messages come. I mean, that's the whole reason why this book was created. It was because I've written so much over the past 2 years that it was just being lost on Facebook. Because, I mean, whatever you post on Facebook gets lost. It's just there and it's not doing anything for you. Over time, it just gets buried. And the amount of things that I write, and they're very short. Obviously, all my days are very short, but I write very like to the point. There's like no fluff at all in my writing. And so that's how this book was created, because I was realizing that I had all of these good messages, all these good posts. And, when they would come up in my memories and stuff, it's like, oh my God, I would share them. And it's like, this stuff needs to be somewhere. So it created a book. So anyhow, so all I knew is that I was going to post messages that came through me, through inspiration. And that's how I built a following and my group and all these things. And they were really strong. And then, eventually one day, just things became uninteresting to me and I moved on. Like I move on to the next thing whenever it feels appropriate, whenever it feels good. And I don't hang on to things. Like other things are just on autopilot. Like the Millionaire Manifestor page is on autopilot. Like I rarely ever visit that page. The posts are all pre-planned, way far in advance. And we just don't pay attention to it. So it just sits there. And it's not really growing. It's not really losing followers or anything. It just sits there. And maybe one day I'll revive it and do something with it. But it just, like Abraham teaches us, like we don't want to do the same thing every day. We're expanders. Like we want to expand all the time. And if you do the same thing every single day, you live the same life every single day. And so one thing that I know for me is that I love change. I love doing different things. And I absolutely despise doing the same thing every day. The monotony of life, I'm like, what's the point? I don't want to do that kind of life. So I will start something, and it's not like I don't finish it because there's no ending. Like nothing really has an ending. It just, when it doesn't feel good anymore to do it, then I move on to the thing that does feel good. And that's how I've progressed my business and to do things that I really love doing. So, I went from the Millionaire Manifestor page to my group. And then when that felt like kind of stagnant, for me, I started posting everything on my Heather Hope page. And then, kind of put more focus on that. And then, then wrote the book, started the podcast, and here we are. So now I don't post a whole lot on Heather Hope's page. Nothing really new except for the podcast, because I'm putting all my energy in the podcast. And, I create the daily post, but that's where I'm at right now. So I'm focusing more on like the writing the books, and speaking, and some other things like real estate and some other things that I'm doing that has nothing to do with Facebook or has nothing to do with anything law of attraction. It's my other interest in life. So it kind of like pulled me over in a different direction that I'm really enjoying. And, I'm allowing the expansion of my life, and I'm not holding on to things that don't feel good anymore. And I do the same thing with friends, with people, all kinds of things, because I'm just allowing my life to unfold. So you can't hold on to something forever. Like you have to let go and keep moving forward to the things that feel, inspiring. That feels like my dog is scratching the carpet to make a nice little bed for himself. Um, but and so you have to keep expanding. Don't be afraid to let go of things. Don't be afraid to move on. Because if you're feeling the impulse to move forward, move. And don't be afraid of anything. Don't be afraid to let go of anything. Because a lot of these things will still be there if you want to, if they feel inspiring again. But, don't think that you have to hold on to everything forever, because you just don't. And that's how you create the same life day in, day out, right? Okay, so going back to today's message, the more I talk about how I want to see my business go, the more my business goes that way. So it's talking about, can you hear that? Oh, he just peeked around the corner. He's staring at me. He probably thinks I'm talking to him at this point. Anyway, like, how do you want your business to go? Because if you're talking about all the things that are not working, guess what continues to happen? All the things that are not working. You're just putting more fuel. Think of your words, your thoughts like fuel. Like, how are you fueling your business? Are you thinking more positive thoughts about your business, how you want to see it, more than how it has been, or how you don't want to see it? Oh my gosh. Like how I talk about Facebook groups and stuff, and I have narrowed my groups down. I'm not on Facebook a whole lot anymore, but a lot of people, one of the things they like doing is talking about, like, literally creating from thin air problems that may occur. Like, they sit around thinking about, and I would see this all the time. It drove me insane. This is why it's good to not be, minding other people's business, right? Because you're activating things within your own vibration. And so people make up things that could go wrong and then try to solve those problems before they even have the problem. And I'm like, that's got to be the definition of insanity right there. So, and I'm sitting here like, these people don't know what they're doing. They don't know that they're literally speaking life into that problem, creating that possible problem, and then down the line, that problem may occur. And then they're like, see, I'm glad, and it's like, no, that problem may not have occurred if it never crossed your mind because you were looking for problems. Why are you looking for problems? Like, what is that? That's a learned behavior, because that's just not innate. That's not innate. None of this stuff is innate. Innate is thinking positive, being joyful, being happy. That's our natural vibration. It's all these other things we've learned along the way from humans that didn't know how to do this. Anyway, so talk about how you want your business to go. Be positive. Speak life into it, right? And a lot of people will say stuff like that on one hand, and then they'll create all these problems on the other hand. And it's like, do you not realize that you're doing exactly what... Anyway, this is why I'm not on Facebook very much. Because I don't want to read other people's problems that they're either creating or thinking about creating. I'm like, I don't need to read your problems. Like, that will activate that problem within me. So, like I said earlier this week, mind your own business, meaning minding your own vibration. And when you can do that, you have a lot more peace in your life. I'm telling you, a lot more peace. When you're minding your own business, minding your own vibration, staying out of the drama, staying out of people's problems, staying out of all of that. When you're minding your own vibration and finding peace, that's the best thing ever. It is the best thing ever. So I would have these thoughts going back to the message today. Every time I talk about someone signing up to work with me, they sign up to work with me. It was really funny. There was a few times when I would just look at somebody's name and their picture on Facebook and I'd be like, that's going to be my next client. And the next day they sign up with me, and I'm like, it was really fun. It was really fun because I would just have this feeling like, oh, they're they're liking my posts, they're commenting, they're friend requesting me. Those are always the signs they're going to sign up for me, because it's just they get closer and they get closer, and I sit here and I just watch them get close. I don't ever message them. I don't do anything. I just have good thoughts. I have good thoughts. I'm like positive. Yes, they are going to sign with me. That's really cool. I open up that channel, right? For them to be like, to freely come to me, instead of like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't know, blah, blah, I don't know. Hopefully that happens. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Give 5 more excuses why they might not sign up with me. No, none of that. It was just a knowing, like, yeah, they're getting close. That's usually the sign that they're going to sign up with me within the next, day or two. It was really fun to watch. So talk about things without resistance. Be free about it. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.